Welcome back, guys. This is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. We are talking about one of my favorite things to talk about today, treadmills. So if you are on the hunt for a treadmill that offers a TV attached to it, this is our best treadmills with a TV attached. Now, over at GarageGymReviews.com, we have a full list available for you that go into more details than I'm going to give you today. I am basically going to give you the Cliff Notes version of what makes each of these 4 treadmills I picked some of my favorites. We're going to be talking about how high the motor is, what the speed is, what the incline, if there's any programming available, and then of course, the cost. One of the most important factors that go into deciding if a treadmill is right for you and you can afford it or not afford it. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Also, if you want to go ahead and purchase any of these treadmills, use the link below the like button. And as always, I say this on every video, but I have to be honest because the company did send us these treadmills, but it doesn't change my opinion. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the Soul F89. I am a huge, massive fan of almost every Soul treadmill that I have tested. There's one Soul treadmill that I actually don't like, but that's for a later discussion. The Soul F89 is absolutely one of the top treadmills in my opinion. Now, it does come with a massive price tag at $2,999, but is it worth that cost? So this comes with a 4.0 CHP motor. This means that it is great for serious runners, people who are wanting to do high speeds, people who are wanting to do long distances. Not only that, but that high motor size is great for people who are on that upper end of that weight capacity. The weight capacity on this is 375 pounds, not as high as some of the other treadmills or even some of the other sold treadmills that they have available, but still a great weight capacity for this treadmill. Now, it does come with a large 21.5-inch touchscreen. It has programming available on this. You can also do third-party apps like Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Spotify, and mirror it to the screen on the F89. You can follow along with the programming from Soul or go ahead and just make up your own sort of programming. One thing I like about Soul is that you don't necessarily have to subscribe to their programming in order to use the treadmill. Now, obviously, there are cheaper treadmills out there if you aren't going to buy into the programming, but still, Soul is a great option. I love the treadmill. It has a large, comfortable 22 by 60 inch belt deck, and running on almost every single Soul treadmill feels incredibly stable and cushioned. It does go up to a 15% incline, which is massive. And then this one also offers a -6% decline. The speeds on this treadmill go up to 12 miles per hour. So if you are running a consistent 5-mile-per-hour pace, this is a great treadmill to use. Now, one kind of call out that I do have to the F89 in particular is that it has a large hood on the front. So as I got going, as I was running, sometimes my foot would bump into that large hood. You don't see that with a lot of their other designs, so that's definitely a major call out to me. We have had testers that didn't experience that problem, but I would say it was about split 50-50. Some of us kept hitting that front hood, some of us didn't. So it really kind of depends on your stride length on if you are going to tap that front hood. Another call out to this is that this is a really heavy treadmill, weighing 350 pounds and not the easiest to move around. So if you do purchase this, I would make sure you have a dedicated spot in your home or in your garage to place this, because this is not one that I would say is easily moved. Next one on my list is the Nordic Track 2450. This is probably my favorite treadmill. However, I do have a few call outs to this. So this gives you a massive 24-inch touchscreen that does pivot and tilt. So the benefit to that is if you are subscribed to the iFit programming, you can use this both on and then off the treadmill. Obviously, iFit is one of my favorite programming options. It does cost $39 a month, and that is for a family membership. But they have some of the top classes, whether you're doing their yoga class, their HIIT classes, their treadmill classes, or more available off that app. Now, I like the fact that it pivots, because if you do a treadmill class and then you want to pivot almost a full 180 degrees, you can do that and then take one of their HIIT classes while still using the screen to follow along with the iFit programming. Another thing that I love about the 2450 is it has a massive soundbar on the display. I say this in almost every video, but the Nordic Track sound system is easily, I think, the best out of all the treadmills that we have tested. I also like that you can kind of mix the instructor's voice with the music playing on the iFit programming, so you can go ahead and mix and match it however you want. Whether you just want to listen to the instructor or whether you just want to listen to the music or have a combination of both, you have the ability to do that. Now, the 2450 does come with a -3% decline as well as a 12% incline on the treadmill. It also goes up to speeds of 14 miles an hour, which is a 417 mile. The treadmill offers a 4.2 CHP motor, which again is great for those who are on that heavier end of the weight capacity, those wanting to do a long run or a lot of sprints in their training. The 4.25 CHP motor can handle everything. The treadmill belt deck measures 22 inches wide by 60 inches long. This is a super comfortable, stable deck. I mean, I love the sole. It is a little bit harder to run on. I still really like it. If you're looking for a little bit more cushioning, then go with a Nordic Track, whether that's the 2450, the 1750, or the 1250. Now, the price on this is $2,499. Again, pretty expensive, but it is a quality treadmill. Now, there is one call out that I am going to mention at the end, but first let's talk about the Nordic Track 1750. And fun fact, the Nordic Track 1750, if you scroll way back, you can find the first ever review I did for Garage Gym Reviews Everything, and that was the beloved 1750. Hey guys, this is Lindsay. I'm here with Garage Gym Reviews, and today I'm going to talk about the Nordic Track 1750 commercial treadmill. Now, this is the updated model, so if you do scroll back, like that is an old version of the 1750. The one we are talking about today is their newest version. The 1750 has a 16-inch touchscreen. Now, it doesn't pivot from side to side, but it does tilt, so you can still use the programming on the treadmill. I mean, I still think you could follow along with classes off the treadmill if that's what you wanted to do, but it doesn't have that massive rotation like we see with the 2450. In terms of speed, it goes up to 12 miles per hour, and then it also offers a -3% decline as well as a 12% incline on the treadmill. This is a foldable treadmill, so a lot easier to move around than the 2450. It's still a heavier treadmill, but not the heaviest we have moved by far, and I would say most people should be able to easily move this around from place to place. Now, this comes with a 4.25 CHP motor, and then the weight capacity on this is 400 pounds. So a lot of people will be able to use this treadmill. The belt deck measures 22 by 60 inches in length, and again, it's a lot more cushioned than something like the Soul F89, but still offers a great stability while you are running. The final thing I will say about the 1750 is the price. This is one of the cheaper ones we've talked about today at $1,999. All right, so moving on to the Nordic Track 1250, I kind of want to hit all of the treadmills in the Nordic Track commercial series because they are all great. They offer crystal clear audio, they offer a crystal clear sound and touchscreen on the TV, and they are very easy to navigate and see everything that the iFit programming has to offer on that TV. Now, this does come with a 10-inch tilting touchscreen, so again, you can't pivot it like we see with the 2450, but still have the ability to access all of the iFit programming, whether on or off the treadmill. It comes with a 12% incline. There is no decline function on the 1250, and then it goes up to speeds of 12 miles per hour. Now, this does have a lower motor size at a 3.6 CHP, but it still offers a high weight capacity at 400 pounds. And again, it still offers that great cushioned yet stable deck to run on. The deck size on the 1250 is 20 by 60 inches, so a little bit more narrow, but really you don't notice it that much while you are running. And I would say that most treadmills in general do offer a 20 by 60 inch. If you get that 22 by 60, that's just kind of bonus, allows you a little bit more movement, but not essential to most people's running. So the cost on this is $1,799. And again, I know I'm going through the cliff notes of all of these treadmills, so please head over to GarageGymReviews.com if you want to go ahead and read all of our full details from our amazing riders over there. So here's my major call out to any Nordic Track treadmill. They do offer a lifetime warranty on the frame. They do offer 10 years on the motor, and then they do offer 2 years on parts and labor. However, if you keep this in a non-climate controlled area, your warranty is void. So essentially, you can keep this in your house, but if you keep this in your garage and you don't have any sort of climate control in your garage, then that warranty will be voided and not stay intact. That is a major call out to those of us who have a garage gym. In fact, it's basically the only reason I don't take any of the Nordic Track treadmills home with me, because I don't have a climate controlled garage. And so that basically means I can't use it. I have the sole, I've stuck with the sole. The sole doesn't have that kind of limitation on their warranty. So that is a major call out to the Nordic Track products. Last one I want to hit on today is the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000. I have a full video review on this as well if you want to check that out, giving you more details. But here are kind of the standout items that I want to talk about today. One, it is a super compact treadmill, making it incredibly easy to move around, weighing less than 250 pounds, with wheels on the back, a hydraulic folding mechanism, so your belt deck is going to fold up, creating less space in order for you to store it. And all in all, again, easy to move around, lightweight treadmill, and really compact. It has a 10-inch touchscreen, and you can go ahead and use the iFit programming in conjunction with all of the ProForm treadmills that have a TV. So you can go ahead and use the iFit programming on this ProForm if that's something you want to do. It does come with a 60 by 20 inch belt deck. In terms of cushioning, I would say that this is the least cushioned one that I have talked about today. If I'm going to rank them in order, it's going to be the Nordic Track, then the Sole, and then the ProForm, but it still offers a lot of stability while you are running on it. The treadmill also offers Bluetooth capability with crystal clear sound. So if you want to go ahead and connect your Spotify account, listen to it on the speakers, that is one I think that you can do. There are some treadmills I say just go ahead, pop in your headphones. But with the ProForm, you definitely have a crystal clear, loud sound coming out of those speakers. The motor size on this is 3.25 CHP, and then the weight capacity on this is a little bit lower than we've seen with the other ones at 350 pounds. One thing I will call out to the screen itself is it wasn't the most responsive. Like, it did have a little bit of lag whenever I tried to choose a program. It took a while to catch up. We don't see that with the Nordic Track commercial series. It's not a deal breaker, but it is something to note that you might just have to wait a couple seconds in order for that program to pop up to what you've picked. It features speeds of 12 miles per hour. It doesn't offer any sort of decline, but it does offer a 12% incline on this treadmill. In terms of the warranty, it is a 10-year warranty on the frame and then 2 years on motor, parts, and labor as well. This isn't the fanciest looking treadmill. It's kind of a standard looking treadmill, but for $1,499 that comes with a screen, you have the ability to do programming through iFit if that's something you want to do. That is a good cost point and a really good treadmill. Again, over at GarageGymReviews.com, there are 4 more treadmills that I didn't talk about today, just basically because this would be a very long video if I talked about all of them. And I gave you the Cliff Notes version, but we have full articles detailing every single thing about all these treadmills I've talked about and more. And we have full video reviews on the YouTube channel if you want more details on any of the treadmills I talked about today. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your favorite treadmill to run on is, and then what your favorite programming to use while you run. This has been Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Peace.